Hey guys, this is actually my second time filming this. It's a soft, daytime, mom-appropriate eyeshadow tutorial for my mother. So, yeah, so this is the deal. I've been wrestling with video editing software literally all day. So, I just figured I'd delve right back into the makeup, which is why I'm doing it. So, we're gonna start off with this new Maybelline eye primer called Prime and Smooth. It's like this. It's kind of illuminating. Comes with a little doe foot. So I've played around with this a little bit, and I just like to put it on my brow bone because it's a little greasy, to be honest. Just blend it out with my finger. I do like the way that it looks though. It has a nice finish, but it makes your blend choppy in your crease. Or it made my blend in my crease choppy anyways. So I'm just dragging this into the inner corners because we're going to be doing some inner corner highlighting towards the end. So second thing I'm taking is the Maybelline Master Conceal in number 10 Fair, because I am fair. And I'm just taking literally the itty bittiest bit of this on my finger. See? A little tiny. And putting it onto my eyelid to prime for the rest of my eye. This is actually something I started to do fairly recently, and I liked it, so that's what I've been doing lately. I've been considering doing a string of videos called like New Techniques Tuesdays or something like that. It sounds kind of lame now that it's out of my mouth, but so often we get stuck in a rut when it comes to our makeup, and it would be really cool just to hunt new things down on YouTube and try them. Like, I've never tried the baking thing, you know, with translucent powder and stuff, so I don't know, I might. Next we're taking Ofra translucent powder in light, which is kind of redundant if you really know the meaning of the term translucent, but regardless. I got this in my makeup kit when I went to beauty school, and actually found a use for it. So I'm just taking a little bit on a MAC 217 brush, which is my first MAC purchase, so that was exciting when I finally was able to do that, because I feel like I've dreamed about owning MAC since I was like 10, so it's cool to be able to do that finally. Oh, and the girl who helped me at the Lloyd Center, MAC and Macy's, was super sweet, and I really didn't know what I wanted. Like, I was kind of overwhelmed, and she's like, oh, well, pick up a 217, it's a classic. So I did, and I love it. It's my baby. Only blow on your own makeup. It's nasty. So, now that that's set, gonna brush the excess off. I guess this is kind of baking. I don't know. So, this is one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes of life. I just recently purchased it, I don't know, less than a month ago. It's a Forever 21 24 matte eyeshadow palette that I picked up for like under $9. So it's like $8.90. Anybody else peeved by Forever 21's pricing system? Like, really? $8.90 is $9. Come on. So, I know it's all just a just a scheme. But we're taking this lightest kind of pale yellow cream shade just in the crease here. And we're gonna start to just build our transition. I like to work lightest to darkest. It's actually my most asked question from like coworkers and friends is, how do you get your eyeshadow to blend so perfectly? It's just layering. I'm a rocket scientist. Or rocket science, rather. Can't talk. So that's down. That really was just to smooth out any primer or concealer, rather, that wasn't totally smooth. So next we're going into this real fleshy, neutral brown, creamy tan. And just something to note with this brush is if you hold it or blend with it horizontally like this, you can really get into that crease and work product in. But if you turn it vertical, you can do pretty wide sweeping crease blending. So yeah, just a side note. So what we're gonna do is get right up in there and blend. Blend and blend and blend. So, and then just turn your brush vertically and blend and blend and blend some more. Do the same thing on the other eye. I don't know if I have to explain that. Hopefully I don't. I'd like to think that most people are intelligent enough to know that you do the same thing on each eye, but you never know. Seriously. So yeah. See how that's starting to build dimension on my crease there. Sorry. The powder drives me nuts. So next we're gonna go into this. This shade's actually pretty orange here in the pan. I don't know if the lighting's picking it up or not, but it kind of reminds me of the Too Faced shadow called Peanut Butter. That kind of a really warm, light tan color. So, just picking that up. Shake the brush. Which I like better than blowing on it, because when you blow on stuff, you get bacteria all over it. You know. Apparently it's okay to blow all over my eyeshadow palette, but not okay to blow all over my brush. I don't know. Logic according to Kayla. Yeah. Just work that in. And warm it up. And I'm using the lightest pressure that I possibly can, because your eyelids are such delicate skin that you shouldn't be applying more pressure than you need to get the job done. So. Should pick up some canned air from like an electronics store to blow my fallout out of my palettes rather than blowing on it with my mouth. Epiphanies during videos. Yeah, so. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm kind of soft-spoken, so. check both sides to make sure that it's evenly blended. And make sure that color isn't higher up on one than it is on the other. Like this eye is notorious for not having as much pigment in towards the inner corner here than this side, because I'm right-handed, so things to consider. I'm using my finger to knock off fallout because it's more professional. And we're just going on down the line here, going into this medium tan shade. It's a little bit more neutral than the shadow that I just laid down, but it's significantly darker. And I am just gonna work that into the crease. Never had to talk while blending. It's kind of difficult.
One sausage breakfast burrito with sour cream and guacamole for Kayla.
Thank you. I've been delivered Mexican food. He loves me. So I'm gonna just finish this crease and pause filming so I can go get this delicious muchos gracias burrito in my tummy. Alright, be right back.